Go to
Yeah.
Robstown on the
You know
underpass.
where the overpass is when you go inside Robson, there's the overpass
Okay.
that crosses over. Under the overpass is where the cemetery is at, where your grandfather or great grandfather was buried. Tio Meme buried there, and Francisco and Apolonia buried there too.
Okay. I want to go there.
Now, if
And
you want to exactly the grave sites, you go
yes.
to the church, to the Catholic Church,
Okay.
and ask them because they got all the cemetery plaques. That's a Catholic cemetery.
Oh, I wonder if I have to know their birthdays for them to find it.
No, I mean you all got to do is know their names,
Okay.
and that's only. But they've been there a long time, so
Okay. Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
when I went there to go visit the bakery, I asked Tere where
yeah.
where it was, and she's like, "Oh, it's not too far from here, but we're gonna have to go another day." And I asked Licha, she was working the counter, and she's like, "Oh, it's too far," and I was like, "It's not too far. It's around here."
Yeah. And the other cemetery where Abuelito Rosalio, his name is Rosalio, and
Mhm.
Abuelita Adela are buried. He's almost going to work a lot in the back way. But
Okay.
you need to know somebody that you can give you directions. It ain't hard to get to, but you need to get the right road and go over
Yeah.
there. But
And
all the Cabrera, you find a big place there where it says Cabrera, and
oh,
there's about 6 of them buried in there together. Then the rest of them, mom and all of that, they're around there.
okay.
No.
Man, I hope it's not too big so I can find them real
Oh,
quick.
one of these days, just take your time going. I mean, no big deal. And two there, the office, they got all the numbers of all cemeteries. So they can tell you where's everybody at.
Do you know the name of the cemetery by chance?
Memorial,
Memorial Cemetery.
yeah, Memorial Cemetery.
Okay.
Robinson Memorial.
Okay. Yeah. So for
Hmm.
Halloween, I could start coming over there.
Yeah.
The Day of the
Mm,
Dead, I can come by.
yeah. So,
Okay.
like I say, they've been there. Family Cabrera been in Robinson for 100 years.
Hmm.
So
And Librada and Gilbert are buried there
they
as
they
well.
came from. Abuelita Adela was born in Papalote, Texas.
Okay.
Papalote is that?
I,
We're in San Antonio,
okay.
and they were born not from there.
They were born from. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And then
yeah. I have their birth certificates, but I can't find them. But I got the both all four of them, Francisco
oh
and Apolonia. I got the birth date. I mean the birth certificate,
wow.
and and Adela and Adela's parents too, Librada and Gilbert. I have those two.
Oh, I did. Okay, so Librada and Gilbert
But
are de las
yeah,
parents.
and if I find them, I'll send you copies of them
Okay. Thank
because
you.
in there in the where they were the best, especially where they were baptized, they got the name of their grandparents and their parents and everybody in there too. So their
Yeah.
names that they have extra from Mexico.
Yes. Yes. And Apollonia. So if she was indigenous, so
Yeah.
during the
Well,
night.
she was, but like I say, because she was. I mean, she looked dark and like the native Mexicans were.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. The indigenous people,
Yeah,
during the 1920s, there was a law that the Pope at the time said that the Native Americans were not considered Christians. This was a long time ago.
yeah,
So this was a time where people believed that the Pope spoke directly to God. So everyone's like, okay, this is what the Pope said. This is law. So they went and started taking the Indians' land and enslaving the Native Americans. And then they changed the law again, and they said, oh, you know what? We can save the Indians. We just have to teach them English and remove their God and kind of
yeah,
indoctrinate them into civilization.
Yes.
and it was a proclamation. It was called "Kill the Indian, Save the Man."
Yeah.
And
But you
so,
know, on my father's side, I have a Chiricahua Apache blood, and my uncle, you know, I got one uncle that's still living, and he told me, he said, "Oh, I've been forgetting to tell you." He said, "You know, we got Apache blood in us." He said, "From Chiricahua, and you know, Chiricahua was Geronimo's, you know, clan, you know, the tribe. But I mean, like I said, I'm not keen to Geronimo, none of them people. But you know, my ancestor was from that tribe,
okay,
and you know, Geronimo and Cochise both could go in and out of Mexico because they were citizens of both countries.
oh, I didn't know that.
He's still there. They got about 60 or 70 miles of a border that belongs to the American Indian. I mean, the Apache Indians,
The Apache
and
Indians.
so they can go across to Mexico and come back anytime they feel like it. They don't have to go through no border patrol or no nothing.
And they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to.
No, but they don't have to because they don't. You know.
Yeah. And so can you say that name again? It was I know you said Apache, but there was another name you mentioned.
The Chiricahua.
Chiricahua?
Yeah.
Okay. Chiricahua. Wow, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because I want to find the church. Because I was thinking I can backtrack. So I was like, if I because usually so during that program where the missions were indoctrinating and colonizing the natives of the land, they would baptize them with a new name, and what they would like to do is they would separate the families, the children, the mom and the dad, and they would rebaptize the children with new names. And then but so I'm trying to find, like, I can find little pieces to get us closer to finding out what tribes were more closely related. But now you're telling me names, so you're making it easier for me.
Yeah. But I don't know, like I say, on Apollonia, I don't know if she was Aztec Indian or not. You know, I mean, never get that close with my grandfather about asking him, you know. Because grandfather, when we were working in the bakery, he talk about his family, you know, about this and that, and that's how we remember stuff. And my grandmother, when I was just, I lived with my grandmother and my grandfather for about 8 years. And my grandmother, you know, when she used to sit with me, and then watching TV or whatever, she would tell me about her family too.
Okay.
But like I said, you know, that's the reason I know a little bit because I used to ask a lot too. But you know,
Okay. Yeah. So the side that so the not the Apollonia side, but you said the Apollonia side is the one that has the Apache.
no, my Apollonia is I think is Aztec. That's the tribes of Mexico.
Okay.
They got Aztecs and Mayans. They're from Mexico.
Okay.
They're the biggest tribes there are. You were in Mexico. They're still there. Aztec. Yeah.
And then so you were saying the Apache is on which side of the family? Which relative?
My father's side.
Oh, your father.
Yeah,
Okay.
my father's side. You know, because my mother was Cabrera.
Oh. Okay.
And my last name is Rodriguez.
Your dad was Rodriguez, and so I'm sorry, I'm getting all the people mixed up. So the Librada side was the Apache.
No, they were Mexican Americans.
Mexican American. Gilbert and
Yeah.
Librada were Mexican American, and then
Yeah, and her husband too. They were born here, and their parents were born here too.
Okay, and then
and you know, after that, you know how long, but I know they were native Texans.
Okay, so which relative is Apache on what side of your family again?
On my father's side.
On your father's side, and his name was?
Margil.
Margil. Okay. Okay, there we go. And he was a Cabrera too?
No, my last name was Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Like I say, my mom is Cabrera.
All right, and he was Rodriguez. Okay,
yeah.
Good. That is very cool information. And are you really tall too, like the other tios? I heard they were really tall.
Well, I'm 5'10".
You're 5'10". Oh, that's pretty tall. Almost 6 feet.
Mm-hmm. But like Manuel, the name Manuel comes. He was a brother of Abuelita Adela.
Okay.
That's the reason that Meme and his dad both had the same name, but that was the name of my grandmother's brother.
Oh, and they must have been very close. And
And and the other brother, his name was Gilbert.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the Alejandro. That was their name for my grandmother Adela.
Okay.
But that's usually you find them names in somebody's name them, because Rosalio, I got an uncle, he's junior, and Charlie, that's his name. Charlie here you talk to, that's his name, Rosalio too.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, he told me, he's like, I like to be called Rosalio, but everyone keeps calling me Chale.
Yeah, and
so
and he had a brother by the name of Meme Manuel, but he died of cancer a year and a half ago.
You want to know something interesting I just found? Let's see. It says Apollonia means destroyer, and it also means God of light. And
Yeah.
it's funny to me because it's Greek, and I named my daughter a Greek name, which is Alina, and it means light. It's very similar to the meaning of Apollonia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the name, from back then. That was the name that they had, but I'm happy they were my family too.
Yes. And I looked up the name. Do you remember how I said that they would indoctrinate the Indians and then rename them? So something that was really common was they would just kind of name them like the city they were in or something.
Yeah.
So I'm just going out on a limb. I don't know how likely this is. I'm going to keep digging, but I found that there's a city in Texas called Apollonia, Texas, and it was inhabited by I think it said Polish
Uh-huh.
Polish
Well,
Catholic.
I believe that what the name is belongs to Polish, because in there's a lot of Mexican ladies that have that name, but how Mexico was French and Spanish and Indian, like they were invaded and they drove them out, but that's where most of the reasons they find green eyes and all that, they go to that because they were there.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning day by day. It is so interesting to see, because you hear about it, but then to see it for yourself, and the people who have these characteristics, they're the living evidence that this happened, and they don't even know why they look that way.
Yeah, but it was like that because it's that way it was. That people don't know. And you go to Mexico, you have a big town full of black people. Because about 300 years ago, when the slaves, a boat sank in the Mexican waters, so the people made it to the shore, and they didn't go nowhere no more. They stayed in Mexico, and from 300 years, they got their own everything, but they're black just like we here in the United States. They're the same people.
I heard about it.
So you have a lot of Japanese, you have a lot of Iranians, everything in Mexico.
That's what I told my mom today. You're literally telling me what I've been researching it, and I told my mom, so it's comforting to hear that all the effort is you're confirming it as fact.
Yeah. But like I say, my grandfather used to say I was rich one time and I didn't have nothing to my name. And and he started on Robstown, and he made it.
Yeah, I've been looking for just I wanted to know what happened to the cigar factory, the tobacco farm. And I know it's a long shot, but I just kind of been looking it up all night. And some of the stuff's in Spanish and I just couldn't read very well. My
Yeah.
translation from reading English to Spanish and Spanish to English is a little off.
Yeah.
But there's not
But
very
it's
much information.
in Montemoreno, Nuevo León. That's where the place is. And like
Yeah,
I say, they still in business.
yeah, but
They still in business.
they changed names, right? You said
Yeah.
they changed names, so I'm having trouble finding what it is. I typed in the city and the state, like you said,
Yeah.
and then I typed in just like keywords like tobacco, cigarette company, cigar company, distribution, farm, keywords in with those
Yeah.
the city and state, and I'm having trouble finding it.
Yeah. But
How,
I know it's still there because,
yeah,
like I say, grandfather went back there. Well, it was in 1952, but it
yeah,
was still doing good business.
yeah. I want to go there, and I know it's not his anymore, but I want to have like a piece of it, so I can be like, this was tobacco. This was from my great 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 grandfather's
Yeah.
farm. I wanna hold a piece of something that was him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like I say, I got a picture of the place there. All the workers outside, they were like having a reunion with my grandmother, great
mhm,
grandmother,
mhm,
and Juanito Charlie was, this kid. You can see my grandmother's side that he was a little kid, and that he said there Cabrera, Francisco Cabrera, and tobacco, and they made. But I'm gonna send it to you. As soon as I give me a little chance, I'll send the picture to you,
okay.
and then
Wait.
we'll see how. But it's nice to have.
Yes, of course. I'm just so
And,
surprised you have so much documentation and evidence of these
yeah,
people's existence
yeah,
that it makes me feel like my life up until now it
yeah,
kind of means a little bit more because of all the people that came before me for me to exist right now.
yeah. Yeah, I got her picture in the wall here of Apollonia. That
Oh.
when Lito Charlie had it, and then they put it in another room, and then they put it in the bathroom, and my grandfather got mad and gave it to my mom,
Mhm.
and my mom, my sister was going to do the same, and I was over there, and she said, "Mijo, those my grandfather and grandmother, and when you want the pictures." I said, because I don't want it in the bathroom because my dad didn't want them. I said, yeah. So I got them here on the wall. And, ain't nobody going to touch them. Nobody, my wife don't say nothing about it or nothing. Ain't
Yeah. I
nobody
want
going
to
to touch
know
them
if
either.
I want to know if she looks like me or I look like her.
Yeah, never know,
Yeah,
you
cause
know.
cause to me, I don't really look like,
But you can tell that she's an Indian. I mean,
yeah.
you know. And,
Oh,
but she was her grandmother.
I'm so
That,
like,
that, you can't change that. That's her grandmother.
yes. Well, I'm happy she existed because I'm here now enjoying life,
Yeah.
enjoying
Well,
life.
like I say, you got to show your kids that and all of that because that's the way it is.
Yeah, and my grandmother, I see how she struggled to she went through, with her lack of education and she still made it. She made her decisions. She played the best cards she could with the decisions she was dealt. And now she's a little bit older. She doesn't do so much. And I joke around and I say, "Oh, she lives like a queen. Grandma lives like a queen in her house." She's the queen of her house
Yeah,
compared
that's
to
cool.
where she came from, and all the what she had to endure. She used to tell me how she would be in the sun and that she was so dark that she que se brillaba because she was so dark from working in the sun as
Uh-huh.
as a migrant worker. and
Yeah.
um and so
Well,
when I yeah.
people should be ashamed of being migrant workers because most of them have all the jobs they work.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
everything starts changing after they find the oil in Texas. They find the oil, it starts, that's when it's in change. Because most of the oil properties that they're in Texas used to belong to Mexican Americans, but they lost them because of the Alamo.
Okay, I didn't know that. Why I didn't understand that until now. Yeah, and I told my grandma, I said you should never feel bad about working hard, that you did what you had to do and that was your responsibility at the time, you know, to manage what you could. And I said many people won't ever have that experience or to be that close to their family. And I talk about the experiences I have, like my daughter's father, he came from a moderately comfortable family background, being that he's a white American blue-eyed man, and he talks about some of the people, he's been in private school his whole life, and comparing our life experiences, me being a person of a brown person and having a history from another country, and him not as much because he's part Cajun and they suffered much of what we suffered, but in Louisiana. And his family, he kind of tells me, like, you're not missing anything, you know, people with money still suffer. They're not, just because they have everything doesn't mean they're good people. He tells me.
My daughter-in-law from my oldest boy, you know, that lives in Denton, she's Cajun too.
He's Cajun too?
Yeah.
Yeah, those Cajuns.
She's from Louisiana.
Yeah, from Louisiana. They're nice people.
They're
nice people. Yeah.
Yeah, she's all right, but like I say, you know, and I got three grandsons. Well, one granddaughter and two grandsons. That's what they have. You know, and I'm very happy for them too.
Yeah.
My grandsons turned out to be good boys.
Oh, they're good boys. Oh, I love
one of them graduated from high school, and the other one going to graduate in a couple of years and play basketball. They're tall boys. The little one is 6'4".
Oh, remember?
But he's skinny, you know.
He's skinny weenie.
But he's good at it. That they already looking at him for scouts. Already looking at him.
Oh, look at that! It's the Native American genes.
Maybe. Maybe, but you know that's how it is on that. And I have another daughter-in-law that too that's white.
Oh.
You know, and I have they have 3 kids too.
Oh, okay.
My son had 3 kids with us.
Yeah.
But they ain't married anymore together, but they had them. You know what? That's and one of the girls, you name Adela.
One of the girls, I told my mom, I said, if I have another little girl, I'm gonna name her Adela because I like that name.
Yeah, Adela. My mom was named Adela because her mother named her Adela.
But I don't know. It's just a pretty name. It's such a pretty name.
And I have 2 cousins that their name is Adela too. And my sister has a granddaughter that she named her Adela too.
It's you don't have to change a good thing.
So, but you know they I'm happy because they honor my grandmother, you know, and my mom, because they were the oldest ones. So they honor, you know, having her name. It means a lot to me because they honor both grandmother and my mom. But that's mostly where all them names came from. Some was still in the family.
Yeah. Maybe also you could ask your wife to take some pictures of some of the records, your favorite records. So that way, you know, like I could be like, oh, Theo Gill, this is the music he liked. This is the type of music.
Well, I got an old record, whole bunch of old records.
And I have a record player in my closet.
Yeah. I have a record player. I have a 8-track. I
Mhm.
have a cassette, and I got a CD recorder. I got all kind of stuff. I love, like I said, I love music.
Yeah, 'cause it kept changing on us.
Yeah,
It
and
did.
I gave they call me. People call me. Do you have this record? I said, yeah. How much you charge me to record it? I said, nothing. I said, I just want to keep the tradition. That's all. I mean, make sure that you don't sell it, because there are people out there that made it and they deserve to make a little money. So if you're going to sell it, make sure you find a way how to give them something because it's their music, not ours.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
That's, but I have a lot that, I
Yeah.
like. When my Tio Gil died, he left
Uh-huh.
me all his music. When
He
I seen him,
did?
I went to see him in Killing Fort Worth. I went to see him. He said, look, I'm going to give you all my music for one
Uh-huh.
reason. He said, because all these old records, he said, my mom bought them for me and sent them to California where I was. So I got a lot of music, and my mom that bought. I said, well, my kids don't want them. I said, because, they grew up there just English, and they can't stand Spanish music. I said, but I said, I'll keep them. He said, but remember now, I said, hey, they ain't going nowhere. They're going to stay with me, so
Mhm.
I not have them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Got music on top of music.
Mhm. Was he a DJ, or he just, did he have a club or something because he had so
No,
many?
no, no. I just like the music, and by record. When I was about 14, I started a little bit at a time, and I got all these from. Be honest, I got over 10,000 albums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You must have a really big not closet, a shelf for all this.
I got a room there. They loaded with all of it. That's my room. My wife
Oh,
gets mad. It's junk. I don't care. It's my junk.
it's my junk.
Mm,
That's good
yeah,
though. Yeah, Frosty knows those are some limited edition
yeah,
vinyl in there. That's
yeah.
gold.
I still have my sister she lives in Edinburgh. She has about 150 albums that are mine that she took home and that I got a gift from her. And then my other sister in Rapstown, she gets about 300 of my albums that I need to get from her too.
Oh wow.
But everywhere I go, I see some records. I stop and I start looking. If I see something that I like and it's old, whatever, I buy it. Yeah, like tonight, I bought a 45 in eBay from Elicio Escobar, and he been dead about 26 years. And I bought a 45 for $7.
Mhm. Oh wow. But it's so interesting how you're like a living collector of
Mm-hmm.
archiving this. There's not
Yeah,
many people that, like you said, you're keeping it alive.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Charlie has a lot of them too, and he tell me what you gonna do with them before you die. I said, well, my kids gonna keep them
Mhm.
because they want them. I
Mhm.
said, so no, 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 just in case. He said, because when I'm looking for something, you have it. I said, I know, and when you are looking for something, you have it. I said, so it's all right. And I have a friend in Texas, same thing. When they have them, so we trade. They need something, I get it. They need some, I need something, they give it to me. So we
Oh,
trade a lot.
okay, so that's how it
Yeah,
works. Okay.
yeah, I enjoy. That's what I enjoy, looking for music. And then I go buy it. Or I trade. If I got two or three albums of the same one, I'll trade one for another one.
Oh, okay, I see. And who's your favorite?
Oh, like I say, there's a whole bunch of people that play there. Like I said, Jimmy Gonzalez Mas was that I enjoy his music because his sons were one of my boy's best friends, and I never met the man. I haven't met the boys, but they send me whatever.
Mhm.
They making music again by themselves, the boys, because Jimmy died, and and they send me the copies. When they record a song, they send it to me on the phone.
Mhm.
So I appreciate that a lot because I hear it when they hear it,
Uh-huh. Oh, that's so nice.
and then you have Jay Perez and all the people, Chente and whoever.
Okay. Has anyone else called have been able to call you today?
Hmm?
Has anyone else been able to call you today while you've
Well,
been?
yeah, today my brothers and my sisters they call me every day, and my kids
Oh,
they call me every day. So
yeah. We all want you to be okay.
yeah.
What hospital are you staying in right now?
I'm home right now.
Oh, you're home right now. Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
I got out uh, Wednesday.
Okay. The food tastes better at home anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
thank you again.
No, like I said, anytime I just seen the names and you call it, so well, let me.
Yeah.
That is just this, but
Yeah.
you got the thing right.
Yeah.
Everything right.
Yeah. Hey, do you like cats?
Mm. I on the what?
Cats? Like animals?
Uh-huh.
You like cats?
I like cats and I like dogs.
You like dogs? Oh, okay. Okay. I'll send you some funny pictures of our family pet. so
Okay.
you so you can look at it
Okay.
with with the arm that works.
Okay. When like I said, when I get a chance that I can work my hands, or I'll get my wife to do it. Send you some, to you can see that I want to show because I know some Tenchita and Yolanda they don't have them pictures.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
can show it to them the way it was back then.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna send you some more pictures so you could look at
okay,
next time you open your phone.
okay, I will.
Bye.
And thank you now. Appreciate
Anytime. Bye.
it. Okay.